far more dangerous than nukes.
Will we still need humans?
Not for most things.
There's tremendous positive sides to it.
Something extraordinary that is going to reshape the course of human history.
But, it has real negative consequences.
Next 12 to 18 months, most of the code that's going towards these efforts is written by AI.
Okay, so something happened to me last week and I genuinely cannot stop thinking about it. I was talking to a friend who runs a small marketing agency. She casually mentioned she had let go of 2 of her team members. And I asked why. She said, an AI is doing their jobs now, better, faster, for a fraction of the cost. And these were not bad employees. These were good, hardworking people, writing emails, doing research, summarizing reports, following up with clients. And an AI just took over. So I had one question. How? How does an AI actually do a job? I started digging and I stumbled across these numbers. Honestly, I had to read them twice. Midjourney, AI images, $500 million, 150 people. 11 Labs, AI voices, $330 million, 400 people. Cursor, AI that writes code, $1 billion, 300 people. And then this one broke my brain. Gary Brewer, one person running a company called BuiltWith, $14 million a year by himself. That is what AI first actually means. Far fewer people generating far more revenue. The rules are changing fast. These numbers are the proof. Grab a coffee, let's get into it. You've used ChatGPT, right? Claude or Gemini. You type something, it responds. It's brilliant. Email, done. Quantum physics in simple words, done. Recipe, boom. These are called large language models, LLMs. But here's how I think about them. Imagine you hired a colleague who has read every book, every article, every website that has ever existed. They know everything about everything in the world. But here's the catch. Every single morning, they walk in and have completely forgotten who you are. Your clients, your deadlines, yesterday's meeting, your inbox, gone. You have to explain everything from scratch, every time. That is an LLM, insanely knowledgeable about the world, but completely blind to your world. And one more thing, this colleague only speaks when spoken to. They never go and do things on their own. You ask, they answer. That is their whole job. Useful, impressive, but still basically a very smart search engine that types back at you. So I kept asking myself, those 2 people at my friend's agency, what were they actually doing all day? Turns out one of them had this job. Every morning, pull the ad campaign numbers, write a summary of what worked and what didn't, email it to clients. Same task, different numbers, same format. Every single day. Someone had set up an AI to do exactly that, automatically. Step 1, fetch the numbers. Step 2, tell the LLM, write a summary of this. Step 3, email it to clients. Step 4, repeat every day at 8 a.m. That is an AI workflow. Now, one thing worth knowing, when that workflow fetches the numbers, it is not guessing. It is actually going and looking things up first, checking a live spreadsheet, pulling from a database. There's a name for that, RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Ignore the fancy name. All it means is the AI checked its notes before speaking, like a doctor who checks your file before walking in, instead of asking you to repeat your whole history from scratch. A human designed those 4 steps once, and then it just runs every morning like clockwork, while the person who built it is still asleep. Let me show you the scale of this. A recruiter gets 400 job applications for a single role. Normally, someone has to open each CV, read it, check requirements, send a reply. 400 times. With an AI workflow, it reads every CV, scores it, sends a personalized acknowledgement and hands the recruiter a ranked shortlist. Done in minutes. The recruiter just reviews the top 20. Everything else, handled. So I thought, why don't we just use this for everything? And then I found the catch. A workflow only knows how to follow the exact steps you gave it. No judgment, no flexibility, no common sense. What if a CV comes in a format it cannot read? What if the job requirements changed halfway through? What if the top candidate's salary expectation is way over budget? It just breaks, or worse, carries on confidently doing the wrong thing. A human would just adapt. The workflow cannot. So what if instead of giving the AI a list of steps, you just give it a goal and let it figure out the steps itself? That's an AI agent. Not step 1, step 2, step 3, just here's the outcome I want, go figure it out. The second person who got replaced, here's what their job was. Every week research what competitors are doing, check their websites, their social media, any news about them, compile it into a report, highlight anything important, send it to the leadership team. Now with a workflow, you could automate parts of that, but the figuring out what's actually important bit, that requires judgment. A workflow cannot do that. With an AI agent, you just give it the goal. Every Friday, research our top 5 competitors and send leadership a summary of anything strategically significant. That's it. That's all you said. The AI agent then figures out the rest on its own. It thinks, okay, what do I have available here? It opens up Perplexity and starts searching for recent news on each competitor. Finds a press release. One of them just raised a funding round. It flags that. It heads to their websites and reads the latest product pages. Something changed on their pricing page since last week. Flags that too. It pulls their LinkedIn activity. 3 senior machine learning engineers hired in the last 30 days. That tells a story. Flagged. It checks Google Alerts and Reddit. A product complaint thread gaining traction. Worth knowing. Flagged. You didn't tell it to use Perplexity. You didn't tell it to check LinkedIn. It looked at the goal, figured out the tools, and built its own paths to get there. And here's the thing that makes agents truly different. They self-correct. After drafting the competitor report, it doesn't just hit send. It stops and reads its own work, like an editor handed a first draft. Did I actually cover all 5 competitors, or did I go deep on 2 and skim the rest? It checks. Turns out it only pulled 2 articles on competitor 4. Not enough. It goes back to Perplexity, runs a fresh search, finds a product launch it missed, pulls it in. Then it asks, does this report actually make sense, or does it just read like a random list of things I found on the internet? It restructures, moves the funding news to the top, groups the hiring signals together, cuts anything that feels like noise. Happy? Send. Not happy? Loop again. It was the researcher, the analyst, the editor, the quality checker, and the sender. All 5 roles, 1 agent, 0 humans in the loop. That's the leap, from AI that follows instructions to AI that takes responsibility for the outcome. One more example you'll recognize immediately. Online shopping. You buy something, it arrives damaged. You take a photo of the crushed box, open the support chat and type, "My order arrived broken, I want a replacement." An AI agent picks this up instantly. No queue, no hold music, no your call is important to us. First, it thinks, what do I know about this person? It pulls up your order from the order management system, checks the date, the item, the delivery route. Then it looks at the photo you've attached. It runs it through an image recognition tool. Yes, the damage is visible, the packaging is clearly compromised. Valid claim. It decides that in seconds. It checks your account history. First complaint in 3 years. High order frequency. It factors that in. Decision made. Replacement approved. It doesn't stop there. It raises a new order directly in the fulfillment system. It flags the damaged item for the returns team. It drafts a confirmation email with your new tracking number and sends it. You went from frustrated customer to fully sorted in under 2 minutes. You didn't speak to a single person. The agent moved across different systems, made judgment calls at every turn, and closed the loop entirely on its own. Every single step, it was asking itself 2 questions. What should I do next? Look up the order? Do it. Check the photo? Do it. Verify the account history? Do it. Raise the replacement? Do it. Reason, act, over and over until the job was done. There's actually a name for that loop, REACT. Stands for reason and act. It's just the agent thinking 1 step ahead, taking that step, then thinking again, like a good problem solver would do. The difference is, this one never sleeps, never complains, and never asks for a raise. So, here's what I take away from all of this. It's not that AI woke up one morning and decided to take our jobs. It's that our jobs, a lot of them, were always made up of repeatable steps, decisions from a fixed set of options, and outputs that follow a pattern. And that's exactly what AI is now very, very good at. And look, I'm not here to tell you whether this is good or bad. Honestly, I'm still figuring that out myself. What I do know is this is happening right now in 2026. Heineken, one of the biggest beer companies on the planet, just announced 6,000 jobs gone. UPS, 30,000 jobs. January 2026, gone. Amazon quietly eliminating up to 16,000 corporate roles. Salesforce cutting hundreds of roles in marketing and data. And the Washington Post just laid off 1/3 of their entire newsroom. And here's the number that stopped me cold. As of Feb 15, 2026, in tech alone, it has already seen 39,000 people lose their jobs in just a few weeks. That's 850 people every single day. So when I say the rules are changing fast, I'm not being dramatic. The evidence is already here. If this hit different, like, subscribe, you know the drill. But more importantly, drop a comment. Are you adapting or are you waiting? Because the agents aren't coming, they're already here. See you in the next one.